guys, I am back again and Happy New Year! I hope you guys can't really hear the fireworks that's going on outside. I'm filming this on New Year's Eve. The fireworks have been going on the whole day, so hopefully you guys, it doesn't bother you all too much. I wanted to sit down with y'all and just let us reminisce a little bit about 2015. 2015 was by far the worst year of my life. Why? Well, let me sum it up for you. I lost a hell of a lot of friends and family. I almost lost my life twice. I was hospitalized twice. I was robbed. And to top it all off, I lost my car. Now let me explain and let's start from the beginning. Yes, by the way, this is going to be a very long video, so make sure to grab your popcorn and juice, sit down, and listen to my crazy story. So the beginning of the year was horrible. I lost so many friends and family members within like the first 2 months of the year. It was just ridiculous. I think the total count was at 6 or 7 and I just went from funeral to funeral. It's not exactly a good way to start a year. In March, we got some horrible news, which I can't really talk about online, but shortly after, I had to move and find a place to live really, really fast. This caused such enormous stress for me because in Holland, it is practically impossible to find a place. The only thing that I actually had to look forward to in that period was the vacation that my boyfriend booked for us in Tunisia. Unfortunately for me, this year has been nothing but disaster. And the closer we got to our trip, the more the agency called to cancel a lot of things. Eventually, they canceled 3 times. So the first thing that they called up for was the time of the flight has changed. So there was no other option. We just had to take it or just not go on vacation and lose all our money. So we took it, which kind of meant that we pretty much already lost an entire day in Tunisia. And then the second thing that they called for, we booked an apartment and they told us the apartment part of the hotel, they're like, if this is the hotel, this part is apartments and this part is just the regular hotel rooms. We had an apartment and they told us that the apartment section of the hotel was sold. Therefore, we had to take a regular hotel room, which we, by the way, did not pay for. Obviously, we wanted an apartment, and of course we did not get our money back, so we had to take again the hotel room or again lose the whole vacation and our money. All right, so we took the freaking hotel room. Then the third thing that they called us for, which was just wow, which was just absolutely ridiculous, the third thing that they called for was the fact that the entire date of our vacation was changed and skipped a week ahead. We booked a week prior to that and they told us, like, you know what, the plane is not full, therefore this agency will not fly and you're gonna have to wait another week to go on vacation. And we were like, what the hell? Now, I will make a separate video about this whole ordeal. We went with the agency called Corendon here in Holland. Please, dear God, do not ever go with that agency. I will make a separate video about this because this was just insane. We were so lucky that my boyfriend got 3 weeks off instead of just a week and a half or 2. Therefore, we could change. Had he not gotten that period off, we could have skipped the entire vacation and we would not get our money back. So about 2 or 3 weeks before our vacation, I, for some reason, developed an ulcer on my stomach. And of course, since I'm already so unlucky, the ulcer broke. Now, I don't know if you realize this, but when an ulcer breaks, it is just acid. It's acid that's going like through the whole of their stomach and just pouring on your entire intestines. It was such immense pain. I have never in my life suffered as much pain as that. And trust me, I'm not a fragile little girl. I can handle pain really, really well. Trust me. But this was just something that I have never felt in my entire life. Oh my God, this was the most painful thing ever. So thanks to doctor, I almost lost my life because it wasn't until the next day that they finally did some emergency surgery. I was at the maximum amount of morphine. I was at the maximum amount of painkillers at the same time, and the pain did not go away. The pain was constant. I cannot explain to you how horrible that actually is. One nurse told me, like, because I asked her, can I please get some more morphine or something because I'm just going crazy? And she told me, you know what, if I give you more morphine, you'll stop breathing. So after surgery, I stayed in the hospital for about a week on pretty heavy antibiotics. So finally, like a couple of weeks after that whole ordeal, it was finally time to go on our well-deserved vacation. We went to Tunisia, like I said, and this was just by far our worst vacation ever. Now, don't get me wrong, of course we had a lot of fun, you know, and we made the best out of it, but unfortunately, there were way more things that were just not so fun. We stayed at the Tej Marhaba Hotel, and mind you, this is a 5-star hotel. Now, I also will make a separate video about this, but on our last trip, our last day there, the cleaning lady entered my room, which she was not supposed to enter because I had like this do not disturb sign on my door. I had the entire vacation because I do not like cleaning people to come into our apartment or hotel room and clean up and touch my stuff. I don't want that. So I put a do not disturb sign on the door. She was not supposed to enter because she did, well, she did not enter, she did, but she wasn't supposed to enter, let me put it that way. And I already packed my suitcase up because we're about to leave that day. So my suitcase was closed. She actually stole used makeup items, and she stole my one-of-a-kind dress out of my already packed suitcase. I told the management of the hotel what happened, and you know what they did? Again, a 5-star hotel. She told me like, yeah, well, sorry, it happens. And I was like, what? Of course, safe to say, our agency did nothing about it. So when we came back to Holland, I had to go to the hospital again because I had to have some major surgery done. And this surgery, of course, is the skin removal surgery, which is actually pretty risky, especially if you have had obesity, which I had. I lost 60 kilos. If they hit an artery, you're pretty much, excuse my language, screwed, because they have to add blood as soon as possible. So it is a pretty risky operation, but thank God, for some luck, everything went perfect. So like I said, I lost 60 kilos, and unfortunately the obesity clinic that insures and pays for your gastric bypass surgery does not pay for the skin removal surgery, which is ridiculous because the whole project they're not finishing. I personally battled with insurance companies for 3 years to finally get this operation paid for and done. Now here's the funny part. Like I said, I battled for 3 freaking years to get this operation done. Up until I went into the operation, all of the insurance companies were like, nope, nope, not paying it, nope. The obesity clinic was like, nope, nobody's paying for it. Like I said, I battled in 3 years. I finally found one, and guess what? As soon as I got out of the hospital, about a week later, because you still have to stay in the hospital, as soon as I got out, we got word that the obesity clinic actually is gonna pay for these surgeries. It's like, what the hell? I have been fighting for 3 freaking years to get this done, and now, as soon, of course, as I am done with it, they pay for everybody. It's like the story of my life. I can never get a breakthrough. I always have to fight like crazy to get something done so that all other people eventually can get it like this. It is just so not fair. So when I was out of the hospital, I was watching television with my mother, and we saw the horrible massacre that occurred in Tunisia. Now, this massacre occurred in the same city we were in just a week prior. We were in Sousse. This happened in Sousse, and I Googled to see where exactly it was, because on the television, that beach looked exactly the same as the beach that we were on. I Googled it, and lo and behold, it was the exact same beach. And of course, it is absolutely horrible what has happened to these people. I feel so sorry for them, but I have to admit, I am so glad we were back in Holland a week prior, because guess what? I looked everything up, what had to do with the shooting, the time the shooting took place, and the place where it was is the exact time and place my boyfriend and I used to lie on that beach. So I was like, oh my God, what if we were actually there? And you know, the weird thing is, when we were booking, I was actually thinking to book it later on in June, and I was like, you know, why not? Let's give it a try, because usually the weather is better, you know, all of that. But there was a voice in my head, and mind you, we booked in January, so it was way, way prior. There was a voice in my head saying, don't book it later, book it before. I know it's stupid. I'm not making this up. I swear to God, I am not. There was a voice in my head just saying, don't do it. Now, I don't know what that is. Is that intuition or what it was? But I am so glad I listened to it. Okay, so fast forward the year to November. I was driving my car and I had to stop, you know, and put gas in it. I did. We went on, and all of a sudden my car didn't want to drive up to 120 kilometers an hour. It just stopped at 80, and I was pushing it as far as I could, the gas pedal, but it just didn't want to go. So I figured, something's up with my car. Let's stop at another like gas station and just check it out. I couldn't see anything. Usually when there's something with the car I can fix, I fix it. I'm not stupid. I'm not your regular blonde girl. I know what to do. But everything looked fine. The oil was fine. Everything I checked, it was fine. So we drove off again, and it just didn't want to go. People were like passing me with 150 kilometers an hour, and here I was on the freeway, mind you, with 40 kilometers an hour. That thing just didn't want to go. And before everybody's like, oh my God, you put the wrong gas in it, I did not. If there's one thing I check always, I double check it, because I know what will happen when you put the wrong gas in. So I always check whether or not it is that or not. It was the good one, and I don't know, the guy from the insurance company also told me that you put in the wrong gas. I know I didn't. Safe to say, on top of this horrible year, I also lost my car. Of course, there were also some good things this year, thank God. Definitely, by far, one of the best things was my YouTube channel. I am so glad. I actually doubled my subscribers this year, and I am just so thankful for each and every one of you. I will do way better and way more my best in 2016. I cannot wait for that year to start. I just want 2015 to be over with. Now, another good thing that has happened this year, or well, good thing, it was just lots and lots of fun, was my photo shoot with a fellow YouTuber actually, and you guys might know him. He goes by the name Infidel Amsterdam here on YouTube. He's a really good friend of mine. I've known him for years. I went to his place to shoot with his snake Zeus, which was so much fun. But I heard he actually has a couple of more snakes, so I think I might just have to go back. I will show you guys a couple of pictures that we took right now so that you guys can see some of the results of the photo shoot. And Ed, thank you so much, first of all, for being such a great friend, and second of all, for, you know, lending us your house, lending me Zeus. Oh my God, I love Zeus. It's so cute. And I will definitely come back, and you will definitely see me in 2016. Now, another great photo shoot that I had was with another good friend of mine, which came all the way from America, Jim Wilkinson. You know I'm talking about you. We had a photo shoot here in Arnhem, in the place that I live. I will also insert a few pictures after this so that you guys can see. But we had so much fun, and oh my God, I felt so bad actually when he gave me his Belgian chocolates because I know you can't get them over there. They're over here. And thank you so much. They were delicious. I pretty much ate them all at once. So Jim, thank you so much for such a fun day, for the awesome results of the photo shoot. Next year, we're gonna rock it so much. We're gonna do way more photo shoots. I cannot wait. And there you guys have it. This was my crappy year. I am, like I said, so glad it is over with. We're going in on 2016 and I need to cut this short because my boyfriend is right here. We're gonna eat, we're gonna stuff our faces in, and we're gonna wait for the fireworks to happen. It should be in like 2 hours or something. It's late at night. So I hope y'all stay safe and have lots and lots of fun, and please watch out with fireworks, and I will see you guys in 2016. Bye!